Now, the International Criminal Court in The Hague has withdrawn charges against the Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, the court deciding that the prosecution had failed to provide sufficient evidence. New charges could yet be brought if fresh evidence is provided. Kenyatta had faced crimes against humanity charges for his role in fueling ethnic clashes in the wake of elections in 2007. That violence left over 1,000 dead. He was the first serving head of state to face charges at the ICC. Now, for more on this, we can cross over to our correspondent in Nairobi, Tristan McConnell. Tristan, thanks very much for joining us. What's the reaction been in the very recent past since this decision by the ICC?
Well, the reaction from the government and from Kenyatta's supporters has been very vocal jubilation, mostly through social media. Twitter kind of lit up very quickly after it became public that the prosecution had withdrawn the charges. And so that's the segment of society that we're hearing from. What we're not hearing much from at the moment is the victims for whom justice looks further away than ever, really.
OK, Tristan, we've been hearing that the lawyer for Uhuru Kenyatta is saying that he's owed an apology by the court. This is really a major blow to the credibility of the ICC, but that was really one of the questions that Uhuru Kenyatta's team has really wanted to raise since the beginning of his case.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very serious blow to the ICC. I mean, the court was set up in order to bring to book people who are beyond the law in their own countries and their own jurisdictions. And in this case, where they've taken on a head of state, accused him of crimes against humanity, and then failed to actually bring a trial about, it's shown that the court is simply not capable of doing the things it was set up to do. Now, the trial judges did say that Kenya had not fully cooperated, and certainly the prosecutor, Fatih Bensouda, lays the blame for the collapse of the case very much at the feet of the Kenyan government. Nonetheless, the ICC, the International Criminal Court, has clearly failed dramatically in this case.
Tristan, you were mentioning the victims there of the violence of 2007, perhaps not feeling that satisfied by this outcome. What's the likelihood of further tension in Kenya itself in the wake of this decision?
Well, I think the likelihood of further tension doesn't really come from victims feeling aggrieved. I think after almost 7 years, they've gotten used to the idea that they're simply not going to see any justice. But where we could see potential problems in the months and even years ahead is within the government itself. There's a coalition that runs Kenya. The president, Uhuru Kenyatta, and his deputy, William Ruto. Now, both men were accused of crimes against humanity relating to that election violence back in 2007, 2008. Now, today, Uhuru Kenyatta, the president, is let off. His case collapses. Meanwhile, his deputy, William Ruto, is still in the dock, facing these charges. So that's really going to tear at the alliance that rules this country, and that could open up problems in the future.
Tristan McConnell, thank you very much for that update from Nairobi.